Hello everyone, a very warm welcome to all of you. So this week was a very trending, super bullish kind of a move. The entire week there wasn't any relentless move. If you remember in last video, I had mentioned that there are days when the week actually happens. So this was one such super truncated week. Only 3 days were available to trade, and in those 3 days the action that has taken place is almost of a month, right? So here I am with Nifty as well as Bank Nifty charts, and let me quickly take you on these charts wherein we'll talk about how this move has actually taken place. The expectations that we had in last week, was a follow up to the bullish candle that we can see in Bank Nifty, and we have got a very strong follow up, about 6.5%, 3,200 points move in Bank Nifty alone, and a Nifty move is about 1,000 points or 4.5%. So this kind of move that does not take place every day or every other time. These are the times when I believe most of the retail traders were either sitting on the bench or they were trying to short the market, and that is why the gravity, or that is why the momentum of this move is so strong. Now I keep on talking about that the Bank Nifty index is outperforming the Nifty, or the financial NBFCs are doing better than the rest of the sectors, and I've been talking about this for last 2 to 3 months. Guys, do let me know in the comment box if these observations were helpful to you, or was it helpful to understand the videos? Were you thinking in some different way so that you couldn't capitalize on the move? Or if you have capitalized on the move, consider yourself in a very small percentage of successful traders. That maybe 2 to 3% of the traders who made very good returns in this particular week. So consider yourself lucky and give a pat on your back, and do let me know in the comment box how this week was for you. It can be anything. See, we are in a learning process right now, and if you can openly tell me like what were your thoughts during this week or during this entire up move since Trump tariffs, so it will be helpful for me to understand how the market participation is. There's one more way to look at market participation. You take a look at the WhatsApp group around you or Telegram group around you, and you will see that the participation has dried up. That is the easiest sign to understand that people are not being able to digest or accept the kind of move that is taking place, right? So this is how we will understand it. Now if you take a look at Nifty as well as Bank Nifty weekly chart, these moves are simply euphoric, and now we are here to understand what next, what is expected in the next week. We were expecting a very euphoric or a follow up to this green candle, so that green candle follow up is there. Now what is next? Nifty is almost at an all-time high level, little shy of that all-time high level. So on a closing basis, if you see on a weekly closing basis, so we are already at an all-time high level on a weekly closing basis, right? So closing is at an all-time high level. Now we need a close above this previous high to call it at an all-time high. So that level is 54,467, right? So any high or any price moving above that can be called as a new all-time high. Now we have a ICICI Bank and HDFC Bank results on Saturday, that is tomorrow. So the effect of those results is going to get seen on Bank Nifty index only on Monday. So it is very well possible that it can be a gap up opening, let's say a 2-3% gap up opening, and it will just stay like that, right? It will be a good bullish move, something like this, a good bullish move of this particular week, and it will be a small bodied candle, may not be a bigger wick on the upper and lower side. It can be a small bodied candle, something like this, right? So it can be a small bodied candle, something like this, a small spinning top, and that will ensure that the price is sustaining at those levels. As I'm mentioning time and again, I will not be keen to short in this particular week, right? Why is that so? Let us break it down. Let's move on to Nifty chart. So on a Nifty chart, as we can see, we were expecting the price to move in an upwardly manner and close above 23,350. We have got that close of 23,350. There is not much of a higher low being printed, just sideways and a boom, right? So breaking out above this, Dow theory will change above the level of 23,869. So far there is no higher low. What do I mean by that? In this current rally so far, what we are seeing right now is a move that is from this high, this low to high, higher low, and this higher high. There is no bigger dip in between. So we are expecting some kind of a dip. That dip is possible, some kind of a consolidation is possible, and that dip, I don't think this dip will come immediately. It will just be a shallow consolidation and it should break out again, is what my expectation is. Bank Nifty has already reached to an all-time high level, near to all-time high level. Nifty has to do a lot of catching up, and if that is going to happen, then Bank Nifty may just remain sideways for some period of time. But for Nifty, it has to do the lot of catch up, and very quickly we should see a 24,000 and above levels being conquered in Nifty 50, right? So this is what the expectation is. This particular week, I am expecting market to remain in a tight range bound kind of a scenario, right? So let's say 24,100, 200, and here we will see 23,000, let's say 400. $23,400, right? That's correct. And 24,100. So this is how my expectation is for this particular week. It can be a small bodied candle. It can also be a follow up to this candle and keep on moving ahead and 2-3% up. That's very well possible. Now that the event of ICICI and HDFC results is over, so I'm expecting some kind of a consolidation at least for this particular week. It may be possible that in the next week or so the trend may resume and keep on rallying. Again, even if I'm saying that it can be a small bodied candle or a spinning top kind of a candle, I am not intending to short this market. Please understand this. So whatever happens, we will look for a higher low, and that from higher low or a consolidation, we'll try to look for a breakout kind of a trade wherein risk to reward ratio should be in the favor. So this is how I'm looking at the current Nifty 50 scenario. Once we move on to Bank Nifty has given a euphoric move, and this euphoric move from these levels, it has gone somewhere here, right? So this low, then this is where the consolidation took place, right? This is the higher low, and this is a rapid move somewhere up till here. What to expect going forward, right? So the expectation is 54,000, let's say 54,500, and the lower levels can be 53,500, right? So this is how I'm expecting it to be. I will not short Bank Nifty at any cost. I will avoid shorting Bank Nifty at any cost. I will look for some kind of a consolidation. During this consolidation, there are banks which are performing better than the index. You know which banks are those which are matching to Nifty bank index, and then we have to focus only on the outperforming banks, and that is something that will keep us on the right side of the trend. Again, I'm repeating, the kind of sensational up move or a sensational uptrend that can be seen in this particular move, it is better to avoid shorting this market, or if you need to short, there has to be a bearish candle and a trend change on a lower time frame, and then and only then you consider shorting this market. But in my opinion, if you ask me personally, I am not a big fan of shorting this market. I'll just take a chill pill, wait for a day or two, couple of days, and still you will see that there are some or the other stocks which are actually in momentum. They are giving good kind of an up move, and we'll just focus on those stocks that makes our things or life much simpler and easier. This is how I am looking at this trend. Do write to me in comments if you have some special thoughts. If you agree with me, or even if you disagree with me, do post your opinion in the comments. Let me know. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I'm signing off. Bye bye.